There we go.
What? Oh, yeah. Okay. Am I muted? No. Good morning. This is the New York City Board of Standards and Appeals Public Review Session for May 25th, 2021, 10 a.m. session. There is no public testimony during the review session. The first item up is Appeals Calendar, Continued Hearings. Item number 25, 2020 34A, 45 John Street, Manhattan.
Just a second. Okay, so I think almost all of my open issues were responded to. There was a clear citation to the relevant and multiple dwelling law sections. There was demonstration that the courtyard will be, quote, at least equivalent in area, unquote, to that required by the multiple dwelling law, which is one of the findings, and that there is adequate commercial floor area on this very large zoning lot to support the conversion from residential to hotel use. My only comment actually has to do with the zoning analysis still. BSA-001 zoning chart is still messy. It continues to describe the zoning lot as tax lots 26 and 28. It is not. And there is no such thing as simultaneously a smaller zoning lot on a bigger zoning lot. So you can talk about it in terms of tax lots and the development site, but you can't say small zoning lot and then big zoning lot and then do the calculations separately. All the zoning calculations are done as to the big zoning lot. So that drawing needs to be corrected to show a diagram, which still doesn't exist, of the entire zoning lot to reflect calculations for the full zoning lot and to show the floor areas contributed by the existing buildings on the zoning lot separated into the C64 and C55 zoning districts. And the commercial floor area should not be combined into a single total as they're doing without showing the totals on each side of the district boundary line. This information can actually be found on the ZD1 for the building that was constructed on lot 47. They actually did all of that breakdown. And so I think the architect is confused about how you prepare a zoning analysis for a very large development zoning lot. And they did it correctly on that ZD1 that's recorded against lot 47 on Acris. Those are my comments. Any Vice Chair Shanda?
I have no additional comments. I agree with you.
Okay. Commissioner Ollie Brown?
I found the discussion about the existing court as well as the adjacent court and the height of the adjacent building on the other side to be very helpful in helping me to understand that the spirit and intent of the MDL would be maintained. So I'm happy with the application.
Thank you. Thank you. Commissioner Shetta.
Thank you, Chair. I want to thank the applicant for the responsive submission and in addition to the presentation from the last hearing, and I have no additional comments. Thank you.
Okay. Commissioner Shibeta.
I'm satisfied with this application and I have no further comments.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, zoning calendar, continued hearing items. Item number 26, 2020 70BZ, 1903 Homecrest Avenue, Brooklyn.
Okay. A revised demolition plan set was submitted, although the diagram versus the plan actually don't match. So the linear footage of retained wall calculations are not accurate. I don't think it has an effect on the total analysis, but it isn't an accurate depiction of what's retained versus what's new. An FAR study was submitted, which shows the requested 1.15 FAR a bit high for the social block, although there are two houses on the same side of Avenue S with higher FARs than the proposed. So I guess it's okay. The attic drawing was revised to show compliance with the technical policy notice 13 of 88. So other than, to just correct, they just need to correct the retained wall calculations on the demolition set and combine the demolition set with the main set into one, and then the application's okay with me. Vice Chair Shanda.
I was satisfied with the submission. I have no additional comments.
Commissioner Ollie Brown?
I felt the FAR study was very helpful because you could see at least within the R 4-1 district, there were 8 homes with an FAR of 1.14 or greater within the 400-foot radius. So I'm okay with it.
How many homes you said? 8 homes? Yeah. 8. Okay. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, Commissioner Sheta?
Thank you, Chair. I believe the floor area ratio that they are asking for of 1.14 is reasonable. If we consider the floor area ratios for houses around the property, that they showed that it ranges from 1.28 and up to 2.16. So I'm okay with the application.
And also, you know, this is not a 0.5 FAR zone. This is a 0.75
Yeah.
FAR zone. So it's a little bit of an uptick. Okay, thank you. Commissioner Shabeta.
I'm satisfied with this application. I have no further comments.
Okay.
Next item is item number 27, 2020-75 BZ, 474 7th Avenue, Manhattan. We received this morning a letter of objection from fire department.
Right. So we did receive, so at that point, we had received, I mean, at the last hearing, we had massage therapist license for all 3 locations. They were the same therapists. So now I believe we have therapist licenses from different therapists. The signage information was updated. So we already had an outstanding fire department issue of letter of objection. And we just received another letter of objection. And it states, let's see, plans BSA 004 submitted on March 26 does not show a second floor plan for the egress arrangement. At the second floor, the fire escape terminates and the path of egress returns into the building and then down the existing stair. At our last inspection, this area was obstructed with cleaning supplies and miscellaneous items. We request that the Board of Standards and Appeals direct the architect to provide a plan of the second floor with a note that the exit corridor shall be maintained in clean and unobstructed at all times. In addition, a vacate order has been issued by DOB at the request of fire department. We request that plans for the restoration or replacement of the rear fire escape be provided to the BSA and made a part of the record for this application.
Just to note, a submission was made on May 5th, but according to brief email with fire department to alert him to that, he said the plan of the second floor still doesn't show an egress path going back into the building.
Mhm.
So I'm sure he'll mention that when he speaks.
Right, because I think we got a photo. Did we get photos? No.
No.
Okay. No. Okay, so they still have a problem. So, yeah. So I'd like fire department during the hearing to give more information on this so we can understand what the applicant has to do and what we should be doing in light of this. Okay. Any other comments, Vice Chair Shanba?
Yeah, I think the only outstanding issue is the fire escape, and which is kind of not in the control of the applicant. You know, how that gets resolved and how that affects our special permit for the PCE. I understand that the applicant has to show clear means of egress, and also it has to be free and clear of any impediments or obstructions. That has to be maintained, and that note should be there in the drawings, definitely. But beyond that, the fire escape it's the owner's responsibility. So I would like to know how that can be resolved and addressed without it affecting the PCE once it resolves its issues with regards to fire escapes.
Right, but you know, just to, from the point of view of somebody who's had to deal with fire egress issues, you can't occupy a space that has illegal egress. So if fire department or buildings department determine the fire escape is not reliable or functioning or something, and that's a required means of egress, then they're not allowed to occupy, and that's just the rule of the land, so.
Right.
So anyway, so just to put that in perspective, so.
Sure, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't know how one goes about that then, because.
so you stop paying the landlord rent. You say, I'm not allowed to occupy the space because.
No,
Yeah,
I understand that. I
from
understand.
our perspective is what I'm saying is we wouldn't allow an illegal occupancy. So
Okay.
the tenant's recourse is unfortunately against the landlord until the occupancy is legal. I don't know if this renders the occupancy illegal because a fire escape isn't normally associated with in these kind of buildings. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Sometimes they're associated with residential occupancy and sometimes with commercial occupancy. It depends on the building. So, the famous Triangle Shirtwaist fire was something that drew attention to the subject of fire escapes from commercial buildings. So, okay, but anyway, Commissioner Ollie Brown.
I have no additional comments.
Okay, Commissioner Sheta,
Nothing further from me.
Commissioner Shabeta.
Thank you, Chair. Just waiting to hear how the applicant wants to address the fire department.
Right.
Okay, move on.
Yep.
Okay, next item is item number 28, 2020 ADBZ 459 Lexington Avenue, Manhattan. We also received a letter of objection from the fire department.
Right. So they requested a correction on the plan. They request the BSA direct the architect to provide a revised plan showing the correct path of egress from the third floor, and therefore it objects to the application. So I'd like to have, again, fire department speak more specifically to that. We do have new massage therapist licenses that seem to be specific for this location. And I think this is the one where, we have gotten a submission last night on this. Is that,
Yes.
that may have responded, I didn't have a chance to review it carefully, may have responded to the comments that I'm about to say, where I didn't find signage calculations that show compliance with the C53 Midtown zoning. C53 districts are limited to 200 square feet per establishment under 32-642, and the signs are shown at 333 square feet. And this is a corner lot. I didn't see the areas broken down by frontage. It seems like most of the area is on one frontage, just based on the drawings. So I think that the sign's probably larger than permitted in the C53. I just want to interject. There's someone who raised his or her hand. We are in a review session right now, and we will not be moving to a public hearing until we're finished with the review session, at which point we will speak about each application one at a time, and first the team will present, and then we'll invite the public to present. So if you could lower your hand until that time, I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Done. Okay, Vice Chair Shanda.
So I did review the submission that was made last night, and the sign analysis has been revised. Based on that, 2 separate sign analysis for each frontage has been provided. So based on that, Lexington Avenue would have a total surface area of 170 square feet. And the way that has been achieved is they have removed some of the banners from the window. And I think 45th signage also has been added. 45th Street will have 94.5 square feet of total surface area. And the illuminated sign has been included, which is on the roof, which is 6 square feet. So based on all of these, they do meet the underlying zone. They're well within the underlying 200 square foot parameter. And the revised plan also shows, that was submitted last evening, shows the means of egress. I would like the fire department's comment on it to see if it's satisfied. From my point of view, that's the only outstanding issue. And the drawings have been revised to reflect on those changes on the elevation and the sign calculations.
Great, thank you. Okay, that clears up that. Thanks very much. Commissioner Otley Brown.
I had, maybe I read it incorrectly, but my reading of the signage chart is in reverse, or at least that's what the letter said. So they should just clarify that, because I have Lexington Avenue having 94.5 square feet total and non-illuminated, and 45th Street having 170.5 square feet total, of which 6 square feet is illuminated. So maybe if the project manager could just verify which one's correct, that would be helpful. That's my only question.
Yeah, Commissioner Otley, you're right. The cover letter incorrectly represents it. You're right.
So wait, so the cover letter represents that Lexington has the higher amount, or
No,
lesser
the lower amount.
the lower amount? Lexington,
Yeah.
the cover letter says it has the lower amount, but the drawings show the higher amount on Lexington.
Yeah.
Okay,
And the drawing and the sign analysis chart is consistent.
okay. Okay. All right, thank you. Yeah, please, applicants, when you write a cover letter, please check what you're writing before you hit the send button. It's just a small thing. It's called proofreading and checking against your facts. You represent the facts when you send them to us. Okay. Commissioner Shetta.
Thank you, Chair. Nothing further from me.
Okay. Commissioner Shabeta.
Thank you, Chair. Nothing further from me.
Okay.
Item number 29, 2020-87 BZ, 30 West 32nd Street, Manhattan. We received a fire department letter of objection this morning.
Right, and it's actually a new letter of objection because we had one before, and the applicant had sent a photo of the fire escape now cleared of debris. And I guess the panels that were referred to in the letter of objection from fire department removed. I don't know if they were panels or if it's shutters, because it looks like this building has fire shutters. So, which is a weird thing to have on a fire escape, frankly. But so we were also supposed to receive proof of payment of the ECB violation. I didn't see that. The new objection from fire department is we request that the BSA direct the architect to provide a revised plan showing a path of egress to the street or obtain approval to eliminate the fire escape. DOB may grant an approval based on the fact that the building is fully sprinklered and the occupancy load, which would be at their discretion. The fire department takes no position on this issue. So in other words, suggesting perhaps the DOB would be okay with it because the building's fully sprinklered. So that goes to discussion before, sometimes the fire escapes still exist, but they're not required. But then if they're not maintained, then they're dangerous, etc. So, okay. Vice Chair Shanda.
Okay, so my comments are around the signage. Based on the revised signage submitted, the total surface area is 138 square feet and illuminated is 39 square feet. Now, the total illuminated sign is 54 square feet, not 39 square feet, as shown on the plans and sign. And the sign analysis chart, I mean. So though in the plan, if you add up the individual illuminated sign, it adds up to 54 square feet, but not 39 square feet as total in the plan. So they just need to go through the math and make sure it all adds up. And also, illuminated sign cannot exceed 50 square feet per zoning resolution 32-643. And similar similar to the, I think there should be a note that should be added to the plan that all permitted signs should comply with the underlying zoning resolution and reviewed by DOB. And I think that should go for both the Lexington Avenues project and this one, just to make sure we have covered our bases.
Not all permitted signs, all signs should comply with the zoning resolution. Yeah.
Yeah, all signs, yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so you know what's a little annoying is you picked the bad math up at the last hearing. So they didn't correct the math. So the last hearing, there was a comment about the signage calculations being incorrect.
Yeah, that was my comment, yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right, Commissioner Otley Brown.
I have no additional comments.
Okay. Commissioner Shetta.
I have nothing else to add. Thank you.
Okay. Commissioner Shabeta.
Nothing additional from me, Chair.
Okay, so this concludes the public review session. We'll now commence with the public hearing. So we are now in public hearing, May 25th, 2021, 10 a.m. session. First item is appeals calendar, continued hearings, item number 25, 2020 35A, 45 John Street, Manhattan.
So David Schnackenberg. I don't know who else.
Should be architect, right? Israel?
Right, I don't see. Sorry. Yeah, I don't see anyone else who spoke at the last hearing. Okay, Mr. Schnackenberg, can,
Hi, sorry, we were having some technical issues. How's everyone doing?
okay, how are you?
Very well.
You don't have to be sworn in, so.
No, but wait a second, who else is going to participate on it?
Yes, my colleague Davis Izzard is logging in as we speak. We're
Okay,
just going over the board's comments.
okay. He just,
There he is.
There he is.
Morris Dweck is the owner.
Yeah, correct. So we heard the comments. Appreciate them. Thank you everyone for your time, for taking another look at this. We have a couple questions, Madam Chair, about your comment.
okay. I think we can
Davis,
swear everyone in now, right? Oh, this is an
No,
A,
it's an A case. No,
Yeah.
no.
right. Yeah, go ahead.
David, go ahead.
sorry, I keep losing my screen. I apologize. And Davis, are you in the room?
Yes. He was. Where is he?
He's muted.
Davis, if you could unmute yourself, since you're the one who's going to be making the changes to the plans.
Okay, unmuted.
Great. So we don't need to be sworn in. So again, thank you, everybody. We heard the concerns. Davis, if you can put up the plans. Madam Chair, it's your concerns about the zoning chart on BS 001, I believe are addressed in BS 005 and 009. On the bottom page of 005 is the zoning analysis that I believe to be appropriate to the zoning lot and that has the correct lot numbers on it. I think it's the top of BSA 05 says 26 and 28. And I believe, and Davis, you'd have to correct me, and then I'll actually shut up and let you do the talking. I believe BSA 009 shows what's on the lot 47 ZD1.
So
So I'm sure I'm missing something, but we'll be happy to get you anything that you need. I just want to make sure I understand it so that we can turn it around quickly.
Okay, so the first part of it is if we just go to, hold on, I'm also looking at a drawing so that if we go to BSA, not 01, because that's like many MDL regulations,
Right.
BSA 05. Okay, is that where you are? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So it starts off with site data, right? The top one. And that site data is specific to the development site. And it's being
incorrect.
treated as a zoning lot, which it's not. It says, you see, it says lot area of the zoning lot, 10,000 square feet.
Yes. That's
May I comment,
Yeah,
Madam Chair? Okay, so what I'm trying to do here is show the existing approved condition. So when the building was, if everyone recalls, converted to residential, it was not part of the larger zoning lot. So that first part is the condition when it was converted from commercial to residential. So that's why it's labeled existing under that alteration that it was converted. The second half of the page is what we're proposing under this application, which this includes, all the lots in the lot, what is now the current larger zoning lot. It also breaks it down by zone. There's, I guess everyone can see my cursor okay.
yes.
In the C64, there's this many square feet. 665, there's this many square feet. And then goes further in the C64, it gives the FAR for the commercial, the residential, and then all uses allowed, proposed. Same thing for the C65. Sorry. I guess I don't want to rush through anything, so please stop me if you have
Okay.
questions.
So the first part of it is, other than your discussion, I mean, for our purposes, the historical zoning calculations are irrelevant, right? So for our purposes, the only thing we care about from your first set of data on that page is the size of is the density factor, which actually applies to, so that's, even that doesn't work because the density factor applies to the entire zoning lot, not your building, right? And so basically everything here applies to the entire zoning lot, with the exception of the inner court, which you could just, hold out as a separate thing. But I think you should do that later. So this whole section here is actually not relevant because you're no longer on a zoning lot that's made up of only two tax lots. So you should just get rid of it.
We'll strike that. Thank you.
Yeah, and then the full zoning analysis should indicate, to make clear what is being added and what's existing. So that's part of my confusion every time I look at these very complicated zoning calculations. So yes, you should be calculating what's the allowable FAR in each one, but then you're making a change. You have existing residential floor area on the site, on the zoning lot, and you have existing commercial on the zoning lot, and you're going to be removing some residential and adding some commercial. And that's what's critical on your analysis, not all of this other stuff, right? So let me see, where does it say allowed proposed? Okay, so the critical part is actually that third block of data, which needs to continue to be broken out by zoning district, because you're playing around with commercial and you can't.
It is. This one is all relevant to this C64. Sorry for my
Okay.
interruption.
Okay.
This one's relevant to the C65, and then this is for the whole the whole lot.
Okay, so maybe it should be even more no change instead of, in addition to saying complies, just say no change where you're not doing, oh, I see you do that over there. Okay, no change in that spot. Okay, so yeah, I just think it's like, so I think for me, the part that's confusing is where you start to blend the commercial. You can't, right? So that always stays on one side of the zoning lot. The only place you can blend is the residential. But that means
Right.
that matters less to me, I have to say, than getting rid of that first one that makes it so confusing. That first section.
Okay, so
Top
this will be taken out.
Out, right. And then do you have a zoning diagram for the whole block?
Yes, I'm gonna flip to that now. It's my
I
computer.
believe it's
cooperates.
BSA 009, Davis.
Yeah, so this is the
Ah, okay.
entire assemblage. This is our
Okay.
particular site. Very
Okay,
similar to the ZD1 that lists all the blocks and lots.
okay, all right. So then just take out that top section and then we're good. Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
David, I'll turn it back over to you.
Mhm.
No, I believe, I mean, the other questions,
There were none.
there were none. I think that's it. So we would ask for the shortest adjournment that the board would entertain so that we can get this into, we can get it into you by tomorrow,
Okay, let's go to the public.
of course.
Public, Kurt, Steve, Kurt.
I'm
Jane?
muted, I'm muted. I can call it out anyway, have the numbers in front
Yeah,
of me.
we don't have the screen.
Okay. The application we are currently discussing is 2020-34A, 45 John Street, Manhattan. The call-in number is 646-558-8656. The Zoom webinar ID number is 986-4223-4122. And the passcode should you require it is 659650. Please press *9 to raise your hand and *6 to unmute. And if you are in the Zoom room already, please raise your Zoom hand.
Right. So there are a couple of people in the Zoom room whose name I may not recognize. And if you would like to speak on this case, 45 John Street, please raise your Zoom hand. So I'm writing down 1 week to submit. Does that sound good?
Yes, thank you.
Extent we could, I don't know if we can get you on June 14th, but we could try.
We appreciate it.
Okay. Right, June 14th. That might work. Yeah. 1 week to submit, June 14th. Here. Okay.
Motion to close?
Yeah, I'm just trying to, I'm trying to stall for time because of the long voice delay on YouTube. So, but I don't see anyone calling in now. So yes, a motion to close.
Chair Perlmutter,
Aye.
Vice Chair Chanda,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Shetta,
Aye.
Commissioner Shabeta.
Aye.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Zoning calendar, item number 26, continued hearings, 2020-70 BC, 1903 Homecrest Avenue, Brooklyn.
Okay. Okay, Ms. Altman, when you're
Okay,
ready.
I am ready. Good afternoon.
Is Ms. Rahi going to speak too?
She is.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, I just want to, okay, so
Morris
so what are
Sweat
you
is
doing?
the homeowner on this.
Okay, is that it, Ms. Altman?
That is our team, yes.
Is Mr.
Okay.
Dweck on this team? No, he's like
the-
watching.
I'm
Hi.
the
he owns
owner,
the
I'm
home.
the applicant.
Oh, he owns the home. Okay.
He does, yes.
Oh, because he was on the last team.
By
Okay.
mistake.
By mistake. Oh, I need to make a note of that. Okay.
So do I.
Okay, hold on one second. Ms. Altman.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Can I swear them in?
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, raise your right hand. Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in your testimony before this board and to respond honestly to board member questions?
Of course.
Yes.
Please state your name for the record and proceed, Ms. Altman.
Lyra Altman from the Law Office of Lyra Altman. We did listen to your executive session this morning and heard your comments. We just want to clarify exactly where you see the error. We would be glad to fix it. In addition, what we'd like to do is we will go through and double check all of the numbers once again to make sure we don't pick up anything else. But we want to make sure we don't miss what you found as well.
Okay, hold on a second.
And I understand you'd like the demo plans attached to the end of the proposed plans as well?
Yeah, so they should always be submitted as one package.
I'll be glad to.
Okay, so, 2020, 2017, 20. Okay. Proposed plans. Those were the 419 submission, right? All right, sorry, not ready. I think if no, that's not it. Sorry. 2020-70.
The most recent plan that was submitted, if this helps, was dated May 13th.
Yeah, right. I was in the wrong project entirely, so. Yeah.
That happens.
Okay. All right, here we go. So I think actually what I was doing is I was comparing the demolition plan to the actual seller. So so let me go now to the demo plan is in a different place. So hold on. See, that's one of the reasons we don't like it separated. Okay.
Funny, I have it separated because I could flip back and forth. I always find that more helpful, but if you like it on the same, we're happy to do that.
Okay. So if we go to the first floor demo plan, here we go. Go to the first floor demo plan. I can't share my screen, maybe.
No problem. I have them in my screen.
Okay. The first floor demo plan, which is drawing D101,
Correct.
shows dashed lines on the wall that's, I don't know which way is, oh, so that's the south wall. Dashed lines actually both at the south and north walls, right? Even
Gotcha.
though the existing to remain is shown as the entirety of that wall. So dashed lines indicate removal. So how is that retention?
Okay, we'll fix that.
So,
Okay.
yeah, we have that just because that was where we put a proposed window, but that's no problem. We can just show that as an existing wall that we're keeping.
Right, because when you're putting a window, you're still retaining the framing around
Yeah.
it, right? Unless it's a floor to ceiling window, but it still counts because you're still there, right?
Yes, so I'll revise those to make sure that it shows it
Okay.
more
Okay.
clearly.
That's the only thing. I mean, I didn't think you would have a problem in terms of retention numbers, but it should represent the actual demolition. Okay, all right, that was it.
That's an easy fix. I think, Renee, we agree we can have that done within the week easily.
Right.
Yes,
So, yeah, so in case for any reason you find the retained wall calculations need to change because some of it really is demolition from, floor to joist, from joist to joist, then just correct the calculations so it's accurate, okay?
Of course.
Okay, all right. So I just want to make sure Ms. Rahi got that, right?
yes, I have that.
Okay, then, so let's go to the public.
The case we are discussing is 2020-70 BZ, 1903 Homecrest Avenue, Brooklyn. The call-in number is 646-558-8656. The Zoom webinar ID number is 986-4223-4122. And the passcode should you required is 659650. Please press, once you are in, please press *9 to raise your hand and *6 to unmute. If you are in the Zoom room already, please press your Zoom hand. And *6, I guess, to unmute.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you think you could submit in 1 week? Like by
Yes.
next? or is it-
Yes, it's no problem. I can submit by next week.
Okay. All right. So when you do the submission, please just bubble your changes, and Ms. Altman, the cover letter should say what's being changed and where they are, right? Where the changes are. And, right. And, right. And then a clean set, don't forget, signed and sealed. Okay. I'm talking slowly because I want to allow for the time delay on YouTube. Okay. Okay, I don't
So
see it.
it's three set, oh, just real quick, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
3 sets of it. So it's a bubble plan, a clear plan, and a demo plan. That's correct.
Two
right?
sets. I think the demo's being
Just two,
incorporated.
the demo is correct, right?
Right, the demo needs to be incorporated into the main.
At the end of the letter. Okay,
And
good.
it's actually probably, but you need to check this because I didn't check against the main set. The demo change, most of the changes will probably be on the demo drawings, but if there are changes on the main set, they need to be consistent with the demo set, okay?
We'll make sure everything is consistent. We'll have one set that's bubbled, showing you what's changed. We'll have one set that is clean, everything signed and sealed, referenced in a cover letter.
Yay, okay, perfect. All right, then, I'd like to close this. A motion to
Chair.
close.
Chair Perlmutter,
Aye.
Vice Chair Chanda,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Sheta.
Aye.
Commissioner Shabeta.
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next item is item number 27, 2020-75 BZ 474 7th Avenue, Manhattan.
Hi, I should have with me Angela on the phone.
Yes,
She's the architect, so.
yes,
when
she's,
you're ready. Okay,
Hello.
hi.
Okay, let me wait. Are you ready? Can I swear them in?
yes,
Okay, raise your right hand. Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in your testimony before this board and to respond honestly to board member questions?
I do.
Ms. Masani? Masiani? Okay. Please state your name for the record, Ms. Folder, and proceed.
Elise
Messia.
Elise Fullader from Eric Polanic PC on behalf of the applicant. We heard your comments, and I first wanted to let you know that the client has been speaking with the owner about the issue with the fire escape and the stop work order. If you would like to give me further direction about what to, we'll tell them they have to address it immediately, but I'm speaking obviously through a third party. But the landlord definitely knows that that is a huge issue.
so I actually, even though it's a little bit out of order, I'd like to hear from Chief Daly, and let's talk about what kind of needs to be done and what fire department wants BSA to do.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning. I know it has been the board's policy that for PCEs or any other spaces that a plan showing the complete egress path to the street be shown. Now, at this particular location, at the rear fire escape does terminate at the 2nd floor. Then it returns back into the building and down the existing stair. So we're requesting, and I believe that the BSA has always wanted a complete egress path shown on all these plans. That's what we are requesting, and that also a note be provided in the corridor on the 2nd floor that area to be maintained clear of obstructions and at all times.
Okay, so if they simply made plan changes, that would be satisfactory, changes to the drawings.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Okay,
So-
so Yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead, Elise.
Oh, I was gonna say is Angela, do you understand what notes you have to do? Or do
Yes,
you have a question?
I need to show the corridor in second floor, right?
That's correct, right. Well, show a part, second floor plan with the fire escape, the interior corridor that leads to the existing stair and then out to the street.
Sure.
Thank
Okay. I see. So it's not an issue about using the fire escape as a means of egress?
No, Madam Chair.
Okay. Okay, so in this case, we're okay with the fire escape. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're just showing the route of egress. Okay, got it.
And for all the applications, as you stated in a later hearing, we can provide that all signs will comply with the zoning resolution or a note similar to that.
Okay. All right then. Any other comments, questions? So let's go to the public.
The case we are currently discussing is 2020-75 BZ, 474 7th Avenue, Manhattan. The call-in number is 646-558-8656. The Zoom webinar ID number is 986-4223-4122. And the passcode, should you require it, is 659650. If you wish to speak, raise *9 to raise your hand and *6 to unmute to speak. If you are in the Zoom room already, please press *9 to please raise your Zoom hand and *6 to unmute to speak.
Or words to that effect. There's no one in the Zoom room.
Whatever.
Okay.
I should record it.
Right, really, that would be fun. Okay, how much time do you need to make these changes to the drawing?
Angela?
I think we could submit it by next week.
Okay, so if you actually do submit it by next week, then we can put you on for a decision June 14th.
Okay, fine, sure.
We need to have your submission by Wednesday of next week, okay?
Sure, okay.
Okay, so cover letter, bubble plan, clean plan,
Yes.
copy fire department, Elise, please, thank you.
Sure.
The copy fire department. That's a good reminder. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. There's no one in the waiting room, so we can close this. So motion to close.
Chair Promoter,
Aye.
Vice Chair Chanda,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Shepherd,
Aye.
Commissioner Shabeta.
Aye.
You.
Item number 28, 2020 ADBZ, 459 Lexington Avenue, Manhattan.
There you go.
Same people, Elise?
Yep, me and Angela.
Yes.
Okay. Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in your testimony before this board, and to respond honestly to board member questions?
I do.
Please state your name officially for the record and proceed.
Elise Fullader from Eric Polanic PC on behalf of the applicant. We heard your comments about the signage. Commissioner Chanda's completely correct. I will fix that, and we will add a note that all signs will comply with the zoning resolution, or a note to that effect if you want.
So just for the record, completely correct about which thing?
Completely correct about the signage analysis forms by frontage, and the plans are what represents the signage. The owner had removed pieces of the banner on Friday, and then you got new pictures showing, and that was on Lexington where it had been removed.
So what's the square footage on each one?
Okay, so I will go back to those plans and I will. So.
Wait. So now I'm confused. So let's just.
So
say
there is on 45th Street, 94.5 square feet of surface area, all non-illuminated.
Okay, and on Lexington?
And on Lexington, there is 170.5 square feet of total signage, with 164.5 square feet of non-illuminated signage, that's that banner, and the 6 square feet of illuminated which is the sign that Commissioner Chanda noticed that was illuminated that should be added to the plan.
Okay, so the cover letter was incorrect, whereas the drawings are correct
Inverted.
and the calculations are correct, just to clarify for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, good. So then I want to go again to fire department that had an objection and what it is they would like us to do. Okay, so Chief Daly.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The plan BSA 004.1 incorrectly shows the first floor egress path leading to Lexington Avenue. That is incorrect. That stair only serves the second floor. There is an existing stair on East 45th Street that serves the second and third floor. So the architect should show her path of egress down the stair that leads directly to East 45th Street.
On the updated plan that we sent, it shows the egress goes to the 45th Street. I'm not sure if you receive it.
Oh, this was the plan that was submitted last night?
Yeah, I'm actually looking at it. It does not.
Okay, thank you, Madam Vice
Yeah.
Chair.
Chief Daly is correct.
Do you want me to share it? Would that be helpful for you, Angela?
Yes, please.
First screen, yeah.
Okay. Too many things open. Was that the right one?
First plan.
Let's just make sure I'm sharing the right plan.
It's 004.1.
Yeah, I'm just making sure it's literally the right address. Okay, thank you. 00.
Right, and it shows an entrance on Lexington, right? Oh, and it also shows a staircase going to 45th Street.
Yeah,
See?
that's the one that we have updated.
Yes, is that okay?
No, well, see, the stair that leads to Lexington Avenue, it shows dash with arrowheads on it. So looking at the plan, you would assume that is the continuation of an exit path from up above, but
That's
that's incorrect.
Yeah, that's an elevator.
Well, that is correct, right? There is a stair and elevator there, and but again, that stair only serves the second floor.
Right. So actually, a more correct designation on that would be that the entrance is on Lexington. So you would get rid of that dashed line with the little arrows, and it would just say PCE entrance. And then this other one would have the dashed lines from 45th Street that has the arrows to show it as the egress. I understand what he's saying. The route of egress is incorrect, right?
Yes.
So, and so for instance, everybody is egressing on your whatever floor that is, third floor to that fire stair. So obviously they have to be getting out of that fire stair, which is exiting onto 45th Street.
Yes.
Right? Understood, Ms.
Yes, yes, I got that. I'm gonna update it and send it to the board.
Okay, great. Excellent. Thank you. I think we got it covered.
Stop share. Okay.
Right. So let's see if there was anything else. I think we're good on the signage. Right. And we have the massage licenses. Okay, so it's just that. And so let's go to the public.
The case we are currently discussing is 2020 80 BZ 459 Lexington Avenue, Manhattan. The call-in number is 646-558-8656. The Zoom webinar ID number is 986-4223-4122. The passcode should you required is 659650. And press star 9 to raise your hand to speak and star 6 to unmute to speak. If you're in the Zoom room, press your Zoom hand. Raise your Zoom hands.
Ms. Messian, would you be able to get this drawing completed by Wednesday also?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's two sets of plans and a revised cover letter.
Right.
Sure.
Two sets means one bubbled and one clean set, both signed and sealed, right?
Sure.
And copy to the fire department, please. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Great. So I don't see anyone in the waiting room, so I'm motion to close this.
Chair Promoter,
Aye.
Vice Chair Chanda,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Shepherd.
Aye.
Commissioner Shabeta.
All right.
Application closed. Item number 29, 2020-87BZ, 30 West 32nd Street, Manhattan.
Me and Angela again.
Yes,
Yeah, but this is the last
Same
one.
parties? Okay. Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in your testimony before this board and to respond honestly to board member questions?
I do.
Okay, please state your name and proceed.
Elise Fullader from Eric Palatnik PC on behalf of the applicant. First, we can add the note that all signs will comply with the zoning resolutions. You had a note about fixing signage. Angela, did you understand about fixing the calculations? For the
yes, yes, I did. Yeah, I'm gonna update it and send it to the board.
And then in terms of, you asked about paying violations, they had paid, but then there was a hearing for newer violations on May 20th. So I believe that I have to speak with the client about paying the violations that they just had a hearing about last week.
Okay. So they need to pay them. That's our policy.
Yeah, I understood. But they just had the hearing 5 days ago.
Understood. And then we also have the letter of objection from fire department. So let's hear again from Chief Daly.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So this particular building has an interior courtyard fire escape, which I believe is a factory type of fire escape. The building used to be a factory. Of course, I went down the fire escape and of course I was trapped myself. I couldn't get out. And but eventually my members of my team were able to help me. So that was good. So I guess, hey, it happened. I'm just glad I didn't have to call the administrative company.
It happens, says the fireman.
Yeah, right. So again, this being a factory type fire escape, I think it's up to the applicant and the architect if they want to approach the Department of Building to eliminate the fire escape, because the occupant load is less than 25 person. The building is fully sprinklered and the system is operational. But if the building department rejects that request, of course, then they have to reopen part of the second and first floor for the continuation of means of egress out to the street. So that's the dilemma we have on this particular application.
Okay, so so I guess the fire safety question is the occupancy of the space affected by this situation with the fire escape? In terms of the fire department's fire safety concerns?
Because of the low occupant load, having a fire escape, I don't believe the fire department would want anyone to travel down the fire escape. The building is fully sprinklered, which is a great thing. The interior existing stair is fully, the fire rated wall, and the sprinklers in the stairwell as well. So it's safely for people to exit would be take the interior stair. But again, there is an existing fire escape. And there are other occupants in this building. I think there's a training school as well in the upper floors. So if the owner can address that issue, either maintain the fire escape or eliminate the fire escape with approval from the Department of Building, then the fire department would be comfortable issuing a letter of no objection for this application.
I see. But so my question is the fire department's position that we should hold off on a decision until there's some resolution from DOB on this?
Yes, Madam Chair. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Vice Chair Shanda, you have your hand up.
Yeah, I had a question. So also in addition to what DOB determination may be in the drawings, the the arrow shows one of the fire escape, fire route leading to the staircase and the other one to the fire escape. So that drawing also should be revised. The arrow to the fire escape should be removed.
Not necessarily. So if the fire escape is required by DOB, it's a required means of egress. If it's not, then you take off the arrow, right? So if they think the fire escapes get turned into balconies, yay, right? Then you don't have the arrow pointing there, and there cannot be an exit sign on that door.
Well, in place of an exit sign, it would be upon DOB approval, not an exit sign.
Yeah, right.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
What I could do for that matter? Just the exiting from the staircase not going to be enough, and people will need the fire escape as well. So what we could do for that?
Well, it's really because you don't own the building, so you need permission from the owner to go to DOB and request that the fire escape not be used as a second means of egress. And then you would do as Chief Daly says, a sign would be put on that door, and you would take off the emergency exit lighting also there that says not an exit, and you wouldn't be allowed to use, then nobody hopefully would go that way to exit onto a fire escape that's not a fire escape.
Okay, so that's the only one. We need to remove the sign and go to DOB.
No. First, you have to go to DOB.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
First of all, yeah, and then remove the sign.
So you go to DOB and you make the recommendation that because it's a small building, I'm actually surprised you have this industrial fire escape anymore. It looks like it was built as a tenement, actually. So you would go to DOB and you would make an argument that because the building is fully sprinklered and whatever its fire resistance rating is, I don't know, but you could find that out, that the fire escape should be no longer necessary as a second means of egress. And that's what you would argue. And hopefully there's something in the code that you can cite for this because they're going to request that you do that. And that's the argument.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Sure. And I don't know, Chief Daly, can you give advice on that? You don't have to do it here, but might you be able to give advice on how to make that application? Or you take no position? I saw you had no position.
Well, they could file, an alteration type 2 application, non-Directive 14, on the egress issue only. And if the department accepts it, then the applicant can submit to the BSA the approved plans from the DOB, and then that the issue with the egress is resolved then.
Right.
Thank you. Thanks for the guide. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So, and just to put this in perspective, this is a legalization, right? So it's not that it's stopping the business from actually operating But anyway, you really do need to take care of this because it's not a safe condition. If our fire chief could get stuck on the fire escape, and he's an experienced person with what to do if you're stuck on a fire escape.
Sorry about that.
Okay. All right. So this one, I don't want. Yeah, we need to leave this open until we have more information. So. But other than that, and the only drawing is to add a note about the signs and then eventually a note about whatever's going on with that fire escape. So we'll put this on to give you a couple of months to work this out with DOB. And if there's any help that you need from BSA to reach out to DOB, let us know. Okay.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right then. So this one, I'm just going to write, say 8 weeks. Okay.
So the application we are currently discussing is 2020-87BZ, 30 West 32nd Street, Manhattan. If you wish to call in, it is 646-558-8656. The Zoom webinar ID number is 986-4223. 4122, and the passcode, should you require it, is 659650. You may press *9 to raise your hand and *6 to unmute to speak. And if you're in the Zoom room already, please press your Zoom hand.
Okay, so I'm going to say 8 weeks to submit. And hopefully that's enough time to get some determination from DOB.
Our fingers are crossed.
Yes. So you need to, obviously push this. I don't know how easy it is these days at DOB with everything in flux. So, okay.
Okay, that's it for that. Madam Chair, do you want to handle the decision case from yesterday, or do you want to wait
Sure.
till this afternoon?
We can do that. We have time. Okay, thank you
Did
very
everyone
much.
look at-
So in other words, nobody called in, so we didn't have any public speakers. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank
Sure.
Okay, so I'm recalling a decision item from yesterday's hearing, May 24th. It is 2019-38BZ 222-34, 96th Avenue, Queens. And we received a submission last night from the applicant revising the plan.
Right. Sorry, wait a second. 2019-38?
Yes.
Oh, they just put the arrow on, right? Isn't this the one with the wrong?
Arrow, the wrong
Okay,
directional arrow.
Okay, I don't know if Chase is on the call, but yeah, there he is. I just want to compliment him on discovering a wrong directional arrow. I mean, that's really paying attention to the drawings. That's like looking at it saying, huh? How is this? Okay, so thank you. So yeah, there were no other issues on this. So then I'd like to make, we closed, didn't we?
No, we reopened, so we have to close.
Okay, we already closed.
Oh, thank
We
you.
closed last time.
And they are so minor.
Oh, sorry, Miss Angela.
Ms. Messiaen, could you remove yourself from the hearing, please?
Yeah, right. So we're not talking about your case anymore. Okay.
So we have to.
No, we closed this already, Tony. We closed this on April 27th.
We reopened yesterday.
Why did we reopen?
Yeah, we reopened it yesterday. That's what I have it in my note.
Chair, this is the one that we voted on it, and then we
And then we
reopened
had to, yeah.
Oh, because of the directional.
Right, we had to reopen because of the plan correction.
I didn't write reopen. Okay, thank you everyone for policing. Okay, all right, so then a motion to close.
Chair Perlmutter,
Aye.
Vice Chair Chanda,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Sheffer,
Aye.
Commissioner Shabeta,
Aye.
and the motion to grant, the motion to approve.
Motion to grant, yes.
Chair Perlmutter,
Aye.
Vice Chair Chanda,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Sheffer,
Aye.
and Commissioner Shabeta.
Aye.
Okay, so this concludes the public hearing for May 25th, 2021, 10 a.m. session. We resume at 2 p.m. for the afternoon calendar.
Right. Thank you, everyone. See you later.